There's four things really that move people. One is individuality, like individual accomplishments. Another one is madness. Somebody said you can't do it. I'm gonna prove these guys wrong. You like an enemy, you like an opposition. You're one of those people that likes, you're driven by madness. Some of it is lifestyle. I want to have a nice life. I want to be a millionaire. I just want to be free. I want my kids to go to a nice school. Some of it is purpose. You're not driven by any of that stuff. If you I have three kids. If I try to drive my 7-year-old son the same way as my 9-year-old, doesn't work. If I try to drive my 9-year-old the way I drive my 7-year-old, doesn't. If I try to drive my daughter the way I drive, it doesn't work. Each of them is in a different way. So sometimes people don't know how to drive themselves. So if you're failing, it's because you think just because I'm driven by something, let me drive myself like he's driven by that, but it doesn't work. You may be driven by something else. So at the end of the day, I had to figure out a way how to drive myself because, you have motivational speakers in your 20s, your coach, your teacher, your father, your mentor, somebody, right? Eventually, if you want to continue growing, the best motivational speaker in your life has to be you. If you don't know how to drive yourself, what happens when one day you no longer have somebody to drive you? Well, that's when you become the 45-year-old that's just doing okay in life and no one's kicking their ass or they're complacent because they're not driving themselves, right? So failures is a byproduct of somebody not knowing how to poke themselves and put themselves in the position that brings out the best of them, and then knowing also how to drive themselves. It's a very big part. No